What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skilled and Sound here, back again with another video. I wanted to touch on this Ben Simmons issue. Reports came out yesterday that he's been already fined 19 million, and he could lose 12 million more. So it's pretty much 31 million as far as that he could lose this year, and that just shows how much of a big dummy he is, right? Like, for the issues that he's having, for him being that sensitive to his feelings being hurt by Doc and Embiid as far as his playoff performance last season, and for him to now all of a sudden don't want to play. I mean, for you to lose that type of money and be willing to sit out to create a stand with that makes no sense. Like, I don't know which Paul is advising him to do. Why is he advising him to do this? Because by him not playing and people know he got issues as far as his shot, whatever it is, as far as him shooting the ball, this is not helping, because Philadelphia is obviously at the point where they're like, hey, look, we're not going to trade you. Okay? We're not going to trade you at all. You're not playing. We're not going to trade you. We're not going to give you what you want. And the thing is, I think he doesn't want to get his feelings hurt by the Philly fans, because as you know, Philly fans, they are some, I don't want to say ruthless, but they tell you how it is. And he's going to get booed. He's going to get booed every time he touches the ball. And it's obvious he cannot handle that. So he's going to be willing just to continue to stay out until he thinks he's going to get traded. And obviously at this point, Philadelphia is showing that they do not want to trade him. Like, they've had tons of offers, but their asking price for him is through the roof, right? Asking for multiple draft picks, a young star in return, another good player. Like, they're asking for so much for Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons is a great player. He's a guy that obviously great defensively, can run a team, very versatile type player. Doesn't have the best shot, but he's somebody that you can still build your team around, right? If you surround him with the right pieces. But Daryl Morey, he's just asking for too much for him. And that's just pretty much getting into this article. He pretty much has 3 years and 114 million left on his contract, but he obviously doesn't care about the money. I know some of his guys, they said something came from his camp yesterday saying that F the money, and he must has a lot of endorsement deals or some type of business deals for him to be like F 31 million, because that's money that you will not get back, right? That's, I just think that's crazy, because he's already made over 60 million in his career. There's been reports that he spends a lot, like he buys multiple cars a month, and that's a habit. For you to keep up that type of habit, you need that money. So losing 31 million, that's no joke. So I don't know what his plans are. I know we've heard about him getting traded to Portland. I know there was another report that came out. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see what's the latest news on him. Let's see what Bleacher Report is talking about. So Ben Simmons rumor is 76ers want to include Tyrese Maxey in a trade for Bradley Beal. Okay, so they're actually trying to get Bradley Beal, which would be great for 76ers and Embiid as far as spacing. Somebody that can create out the dribble like a great scorer. That would fit well. But apparently, they would have to send Tyrese Maxey. I see why they don't want to. Tyrese Maxey is a good young up and coming guard, and Tybal, he's a great defensive guy, very versatile. I see why they don't want to include him either. I don't understand why they would have to include Sixers. I understand they specifically don't want to make guard Tyrese Maxey a wing. Why would they have to make him one of those two guys a part of the deal? 24 has a solid resume with 3 All-Star nods in 4 seasons. Okay, yeah, we know about that. Maxey. See, Maxey's putting up points. He got some promise. 17 points a game at 21 years old. Tybal's obviously one of the best young defenders. Let's see. Someone else is saying Sixers. Okay. Okay. So Washington is valuing Beal obviously more than Simmons. So if they were to do a Simmons for Beal deal, they want one of the young guys a part of it. That's interesting. Well, I mean, look, I mean, just like how this says, I mean, Beal is totally the opposite of him. Bill's a scorer, right? Create out the dribble. He's going to give you shooting. He's a lead scorer, right? So that'd be a potent 1-2 duo between with him and Embiid. But Simmons is the opposite of that. He's not strong offensively as far as your scoring, but he's a playmaker. He's going to drive to the rack. Great defensive guy. Somebody that can guard 1 through 5 positions. A guy who's not going to turn the ball over. So that's pretty much difference in styles, right? But I mean, I can see why Washington would actually value him higher. I mean, Beal's a guy that everybody has wanted. And even though Beal is struggling this season as far as shooting 30%, and I've noticed he's on a downward track the last couple seasons. So let me just pull up his stats. Because I noticed that his shooting has decreased. Let's go to Basketball Reference. So he's shooting 30% this year. Let's just look at his career stats as far as from three. He's been trending backwards. Like he's 37% for his career, which is good. When he was with John Wall and he wasn't that main option, look at it. 38, 40, 40, 38, 40, 37. But then when John Wall got hurt around this time, he started shooting more shots and becoming that number one option. 35, 35, 35, 30. So he's been trending down as far as shooting. So that's one thing I've noticed about him is that he's has a reputation of a great shooter, but with the more attempts he's gone down, or at least with more attention being brought to him, his percentages have gone down because he did have John Wall to kind of share that with him, right? So as far as that attention, but still, all in all, I mean, he's a great scorer, and that's somebody that you would definitely that's somebody you can definitely use to improve your team. So, but just wanted to comment on that. Ben Simmons, he, I don't see how he can come out on top on this. Like, well, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this month as far as the trade deadline, to see if Philly finally like, hey, we're gonna give him up, but it doesn't look like they're gonna do anytime soon. Like they're willing to be, they're starting their morals to be like, hey, you're not gonna play. We're gonna continue to find you. You can lose the whole salary for this whole season if you want, and he ain't budging on his situation as well. But let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, leave your comments down low. Again, it's your boy Skilled and Sound, and I'm out. Peace.